Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mr. Shank, and today what we're going to end up doing is showing you how you can etch steel or any kind of material at your house using some small household items. So to get it started, first we're going to need whatever you're going to want to etch. Today I'm just going to etch a Skinner knife, and on top of that you're going to end up needing a battery or some sort of electrical source. Today I've got a 6-volt Duracell battery that I'm going to use. You're going to need fingernail polish so you can make your design. You're going to need Q-tips, salt, and it doesn't really matter what kind of salt, just salt, water, wire and alligator clips, and something to mix it up with. So we're going to get this going. First, we're going to take our cap, which we're going to put our salt and our water into. So let's get our salt out here, and this is just, I think it's iodized salt, and we're going to open it up. And you want to be fairly generous with this salt. You don't want to like not have enough. So that's a pretty good portion of salt in there. I mean, you want to make sure it's good and salty. So after that, we're going to take our water and we're going to pour in our water just like that, and it's going to look very briny water. And so we're going to need something to mix it up with, so I'm just going to use a Q-tip and I'm just going to mix it all up together. So, you know, we'll mix it and mix it and mix it so it all comes together really nice. And because the better you mix it, the better the electricity will turn it into. I think what it's going to end up turning it into is a low base acid when the electricity runs through it. If you guys know what kind of chemical it turns into with running electricity, if you know how what this stuff does, how it turns into it, make sure you leave down in the comments how it ends up etching. What's the reaction that you do, that ends up becoming. Okay, so now we got our salt water all mixed together. Now what we're going to end up wanting to do is we're going to have to get something to work on, because we don't want to make a huge mess. So we're going to end up working on like a dirty shirt. You want to make sure you get something that, if you're going to do this inside, if you're going to do it out in your garage, you can put it on anything you want. So now what we're going to end up doing is we're going to take our battery, and we got our alligator clips right here. Okay, we're going to take our alligator clips and our wire, and you're going to hook one side to positive, which is right here, and you just want to make sure you hook it on just like that. Okay, so one side to positive, and then you're gonna take your other alligator clip and you're going to hook it to the negative side. So in the end, it's going to look just like this. So you've got one wire going to positive, one wire going to negative. And kids, this is dangerous, so this is not advised to do at your house without parental supervision, dealing with electricity. So you also want to make sure that these two wires will not touch, because it will send a current, it will heat it up, and it will destroy it. So now that we've got that out of the way, now what we're going to end up having to do is we're going to have to make some sort of design or whatever we want to etch into this metal, and that is where the fingernail polish comes through. This is, I think, my daughter's. So you don't just have to use fingernail polish, but you can also use tape and just cut out a design. You just have to make sure that the solution that you're using isn't going to touch any of the other metal, otherwise it will also etch everything on the outside of whatever your design. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I've already gone ahead, and I've set this all up. So what you're gonna end up doing is you'll take your negative and you'll place it against the material that you're gonna try to etch, and then you make your design, which I've already gone ahead and I just made like a circle, just something to use. And then on your positive side, you're going to end up taking your alligator clip that's connected to the positive side of your battery, and you're going to end up putting a Q-tip to it. I mean, you can use anything. Most people will use something that will hold that salt water and you just clip it together with your alligator clip on your positive side. After that, okay guys, here we are, and I've already gone ahead and I made like a little circle, a little design. I've got my ground hooked to the material, which is hooked to the ground on the battery. My positive alligator clip hooked to the positive side, and something to soak up the solution, which is, I'm just going to use a Q-tip. And so anyway, I'm going to dunk that Q-tip right into here. And with this little 6-volt battery, it takes a little bit, but can you guys see how that's starting to bubble? I don't know if you guys can see it bubbling, but it's starting to bubble up. You can hear it. I mean, it's just in there sizzling, and so, you know, there's the start of it. I'm not very good at it, so I mean, you know, there's you guys at home, you guys probably are excellent at it. So anyway, you can hear it starting to bubble, sizzle, and like, look at it. I mean, all that black material that's in there, that right there is the salt water and the electricity being passed through, and it's actually burning into the metal. If you want to know if it's etching, look at the end of your Q-tip. It should be like a greenish black, and that means it's actually etching. So we're going to try this one more time. We're going to put it down in there. So make sure you go over and you dunk your Q-tip into your salt water solution. Come right back over and then press right down on. Tell me guys in the comments below, tell me what kind of chemical reaction is going on when you put electricity through salt water and touch it to metal. So make sure you leave it down in the comments below to tell me what kind of chemical reaction is taking place for this to work. Alright guys, that's about all I got for you today. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully, you know, we were able to learn something today. Make sure that you run over, you hit that subscribe and that like button, and leave down in the comments what kind of chemical reaction is going on for this stuff to actually etch. And all it is salt, water, electricity. So down in the comments below, make sure you tell me what kind of chemical reaction is going on. Also put in suggestions, comments, whatever you want to do, because I'd love to hear from you. And the more suggestions that you put in there is the videos that I can make that you guys would really like to see. So make sure that you go down, you hit the like and the subscribe button. Make sure you put in your suggestions, your comments, whatever. I'd love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'm going to leave those links down in the description below. So make sure you run over there. And you guys can actually send me pictures on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and show me how you guys etch. Before we get done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a knife that I've etched previously and I was able to take a little bit more time on. So this is the knife that I've etched previously, and it's actually a really cool knife. I got it on a lawn sale and I thought, well, you know, why not try to make it my own? So I put Mr. Shank in there and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So make sure that you guys go down, leave some comments, some suggestions. Make sure you hit that subscribe and the like button. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, you guys can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you guys want to send me some pictures of the stuff that you've etched, make sure you leave them there. I'd love to hear you. I'll do the best that I can to answer all the comments. But the more suggestions that I get and the more comments that I get, the more videos that I can make that you guys really want to see. So anyway, this is Mr. Shank and I'm out of here.